Hey everybody, it's Ed O'Keefe, and I'd like to give you a special invitation to work with me personally, Ed O'Keefe, as well as my highest level 7 and 8 figure earning clients to grow your health business rapidly and profitably. In this short little video, I'll show you exactly how my team took most recently just took a food brand from doing $3,000 a day to doing over $25,000 a day profitably and consistently, selling foods. Yep, foods and all types of products just like that. Why right now literally is the best time to be doubling down on the health market, wherever you might fit inside that, whether it's superfood, supplements, meal plans, education. It is literally one of the fastest growing markets, and it's only going to get better. The emerging trends that will give a small group of people a massive advantage. And lastly, I want to walk you through who is the perfect candidate for my Platinum Mastermind and coaching group, as well as how you can attend up to 7 different trainings a year and get bi-weekly coaching and access to other highly motivated, like-minded entrepreneurs through my group. But first, let me introduce you to my crew. This is my family. This is my wife, myself. It's my my 4 oldest daughters, and then these are the twins. And I'm missing my son Michael, so you'll see him here. There he is in one of the. He is right at the bottom. You'll see him in different things. Yep, I'm a father of 7. I'm an author, serial entrepreneur, investor. I like to consider myself still an athlete, and I've coached volleyball now for over 20 plus years, both at a pretty high level and as well as now doing grade school with the kids. My specialty has evolved from not only selling health supplements, but is really now helping highly motivated health, fitness, nutrition entrepreneurs who sell products online and want to make great money and great life freedom through autopilot systems. In the last part, there's obviously like while truly enjoying life freedom. And for me, life freedom means being able to make the money you want to make, spend the time with the people you want to make, and impact the world the way you want to do it. And doing things within your specialty and within your unique abilities. Before I was the health supplement guy or health coach or entrepreneur or author of Time Collapsing, which I'll share with you in just a second, I really gained a lot of my footing helping dentists grow their business through patient acquisition and turnkey marketing tools that I created for them. That's me with the legendary Brian Tracy. I had him at one of my seminars. And then most notably in the health supplement space, we've sold well over 700,000 bottles of Marine D3. And when I first entered this business, I had zero experience in the health supplement space or health food space or health education space. And we've sold millions and millions of dollars of those products as well. And 2 years ago, I came out with a book called Time Collapsing, The New Art of Speed, Money, Power, and Meaning, which really was just a way of me structuring out the mental processes and then the actual modeling processes of shrinking down the time frames at which you accomplish your goals. And most recently, I'm an investor and advisor in No Foods, as well as we generate a lot of customers for them. A company that's goal is to completely disrupt the food market with great tasting, gluten-free, wheat-free, peanut-free, dairy-free, non-GMO foods. And all right, so that's pretty much it. There's more there, but we're going to get going here to the training. So does this scenario sound familiar? You're on one end of the spectrum, you look out in your future and you have a goal, and in between that, you have what I call no man's land. And what's really hard about achieving goals is that it's very, very difficult to achieve goals to get you somewhere else where, as the thinking you have today, and this is not a shot at your thinking, by the way, this is just structurally how we strategize and think through things, is what got you here. And as my friend Brian Tracy would say, he's like, if you write down your goals and your most vivid dreams about what you want to accomplish for your life, why are you not there right now? And so what I found is that a lot of the same old thinking leads to the same old results. And it's not a matter of that you are a poor thinker. I would never tell you that. It's just a matter of that the perceptions and the strategies and the things that will get you to the next level are not the same that got you to this level, okay? And what I found is that the first key to a lot of that, of bridging that gap, doesn't necessarily start with you doing more, but it starts with who you know and how those relationships can support you to move you to the future much faster. The second thing is, how do you put the relationships in combination with the skill sets and the marketing tools to speed you up and get you there as well. And so this is the beginning of what I would call the leapfrog theory plus modeling, and that usually means time compression. We don't have a ton of time to go to leapfrog theory, but one of the challenges I want to give you is that when we look at the future, one of the things that people naturally do is they will think sequentially about how to get there, and they're going to work their way through the ranks. One of the first things I want you to write down is that if you're able to jump to the top and be amongst the top 3% in that field, what would need to happen to get you there? Because what I found is that the strategies that are going to help you get there slowly are usually way more difficult. They're more time consuming, and they're going to be more like all the average other people, because that's the place that they all look at each other and they do the same thing. And so I've made a career out of just finding what people do that are better than me and jumping to the top and do whatever it took to get me in that environment. Some of the most common examples right now are Stripe, Uber, Airbnb. I mean, these are companies that were not even on the radar, a few years ago, or maybe a few more than just a few years ago. But look at how rapidly they've disrupted some of the biggest markets. And one of the things that I want to just challenge you with is that when you look at those types of businesses, one of the things that is very easy to do is to say, well, yeah, Ed, that's cool. Those companies can do that because they're tech companies, or they're different people. They're not me. I'm just looking for a nice lifestyle business. But then you look at like friends that I know, Russell Brunson, he created ClickFunnels, which is absolutely destroying it. Came out of nowhere, solved a big problem for a lot of people, and all of a sudden, it's gaining more momentum every single month and every single year. And then there's a company called RV Share, which is a good friend of mine, Mark Jenny, just received a $50 million investment into that. And I'm not sure if that's part of his acquisition or if that is just a part of an investment to move forward to the next level. With that said, it's doing extraordinarily well, and it grew very, very rapidly from a small niche, RVs, So the $1 trillion opportunity is that there's a rising billion. This comes from Peter Diamandis. He said the most dramatic positive change in our global economy is about to occur between 2016 and 2020. Now, he obviously said this a few years ago. 3 to 5 billion new consumers who have never purchased anything, never uploaded anything, and never invented anything or sold anything are about to come online and provide a mega surge in the global economy. And what's amazing about this is that this provides the biggest opportunity. And so one of the things I want to kind of walk you through right now is like why right now is the best time to jump in, and why growing fast and doing things faster is actually much easier than doing things slowly, okay? And one of the things I love to do is that I really don't believe you're in a business unless you can profitably buy traffic and monetize a customer. Now, there's exceptions in it. Obviously, there's those exceptions, and I can go through them all. Facebook groups is one exception, building communities around that, amazing exception. I have friends that are world-class at SEO, search engine optimization, but the reality about search engine optimization is you have to actually buy content. You got to buy links. You got to buy interaction amongst the site to get it ranked within Google. So let's just walk through a couple of these things. Look at the growth rates of Facebook and the consumer spend. Now, I know as I'm actually recording this, Facebook is going through another correction after the Cambridge Analytica stuff. So people are freaking out. But here's what I've known is I've been around long enough to see that if you understand a medium and you understand that you can communicate to your existing customers or to customers that are ideal for your business, and you stick with it and you don't freak out like everybody's leaving or everyone's doing this, they're all looking for something different, you will be the winner in the end because you stick with it, okay? Just keep focusing on your consumer, your hyper-responsive buyer, the person that you're creating value for, and don't get stressed out about all the crazy talk, okay? And then if you look at the Instagram growth rate, as of this screenshot, it's the most up-to-date one I could find, there were 700 million users in 2017, and now, last I heard, it was over 800 million in 2018. And really, I'll just tell you from firsthand experience, running a lot of traffic on Instagram right now, and using influencers, which I'll talk about in a moment, this is an amazing medium. A year ago, people didn't know how to monetize Instagram, and guess what? Now it's one of the best, most profitable traffic sources out there. The perfect storm, holy grail, is look at all the growth rates here. You got 2 billion users on Facebook, YouTube 1.5 billion and growing, 700 million, like I said, with Instagram. And what's amazing about this, let me go back to YouTube real quick. YouTube is one of the most profitable traffic sources for health marketers because, again, just like I was saying about Facebook and you can target, the reality is that you can target really, really well, and you can retarget your audience and follow them around and educate them. And I'll give you one great tip. You can list out the top 3 or 4 objections as to why people don't buy your product, and then retarget them on YouTube right before that they're going to go watch something else. It's a great little strategy. And then 1.2 billion plus in April 2017. It's almost a year ago, over a year ago. Messenger, there's 1.2 billion people on Messenger. And, you know, Facebook's doing some goofy stuff with Messenger right now, but I think it's going to come full circle back. So the consumption of video. Now, I'm just going to say video is winning. That most of the data is showing that all video is growing very, very rapidly. That's what they want. The other trend that has just really jumped to the forefront is influencer marketing. Now, this is Daniel Wellington. Look at that. 1,591,000 posts, right? And they are a $0 to $1 billion in 3 years. So if you have, and this is something I tell all my clients, like, look, if you are building a product, if you have a product, even if you don't have a product yet, you need to start thinking along the lines of, what is something I can do that I can send to influencers to get them to post on Instagram and promote my product? And there's an advanced strategy. I'll give it to you right now. Go ahead and write this down. Is that the next hack on that is the influencers who really love your products, you communicate with them and you ask to take over their Facebook ad account, or for them to give you access so that you can run ads to your product from their influencer, like Facebook ads account, from there to your product, and you give them an incentive to be a part of it and to do so. Combine the growth in the media channels. Check this out. Combine the growth in the media channels and the growth in potential buyers, meaning people coming online, and demand. You have a perfect storm for rapid wealth creation. Now, one of the slides I left out, I'm going to go back for 1 second, and I apologize. I'll fix this for the next time I do this, is that I did not have a slide in here showing you the disease rate that's growing so rapidly, the heart disease, diabetes, gut issues, and the trends that are happening and why consumers are buying more than ever before. You have a perfect storm for rapid wealth creation. And I want to convince your brain that way. Removing the word rapid out of the sentence would be very unintelligent, okay? It's because there's a ton of money coming into this market. There's a ton of buyers. Why are VCs investing heavily in the food and health consumer market? Check this out. AgFunder, co-founder Rob Leclerc, agrees. Big food companies lost $4 billion in market share last year alone. Those companies are scared. They don't know how to deal with all the change. Look at food e-commerce. 551 million were put into, out of this example, one of the largest pockets there, out of all the other ones, was invested in food. It is a big, big thing. Kellogg bought RX protein bar maker for $600 million. Quest Nutrition, $1 billion valuation in 7 years. It grew at a 20,000% growth rate. Larabar acquired for $55 million. Zuckerberg's money manager bets on bone broth company. And the story behind this is this Ancient Nutrition is actually the company, and Iconic Capital, which I'm co-investors into No Foods with, is who led the $103 million raise into Ancient. No, they were part of it actually, and Zuckerberg's in that. Ancient Nutrition's, and that was Dr. Axe's company, right? Pretty amazing stuff. Check this out. Nestle acquires Atrium Innovations for $2.3 billion. That's Garden of Life. So why would a place that naturally has always been known for hot cocoa and other things like that acquire a company called Garden of Life? Well, it's because that's where the money is, folks. Money is pouring into the health category. Instead of thinking about shiny objects, what I like to challenge you with, and especially if you want to become a client of mine, is think about longevity. Think about what is it I can create that will serve a hyper-responsive, growing market that if I do it extremely well, I could hang out for 10 years and do it. I can do it for the rest of my life, or I can grow it for 3 to 5, 7 years or less and sell it to one of these venture capital companies or private equity businesses coming into the market and space. Now, along those lines, what I want to challenge you with is, this is a great quote. I love this quote. I read it all the time. Is people ask Jeff Bezos, what is new? Everyone wants to know what's new. Well, one of the things that we focus on is, what is something that's going to be true 10 years from now that if we were the best in the world at would allow us to never worry about money ever again? I think I added that last part. But what he says is like, which Bezos says is their focus is they want to become the best in the world at what's going to be true in 10 years. So my goal is to help people who want to create something truly amazing and be around amazing people and take it to where you want to go, whether it's $1 million a year, whether it's $5 million a year, 10 million, or 50 million plus, right? The fact is, when you combine experiential wisdom, which means you're borrowing the wisdom from other people, and by the way, we need smart people who have experience in the group, and you combine it with strategic relationships, and then you add on top of it specialized skill sets. And when I think specialized skill sets, I think about copywriting, I think about Facebook ads, Instagram ads, YouTube ads, native advertising, lifetime value creation. You can do something really, really amazing. There's zero reason why you can't hit your goals faster than ever imagined. Let me give you a recent example. So a couple months ago, my team took over an ad account for a fast growth disrupted health brand who was struggling with their ads. The day before we took it out, that was the results. Spent $1,100, they made $3,000. In 5 days, we spent $17,000, generated $52,800. In 14 days, we spent $99,000, and we generated $239,000 in revenue. 5,889 customers. In 3 weeks, we're $198,000 in spend, $414 in spend. So how we did it was really simple. We took video product ads, nothing really super advanced, but we knew who we were targeting, and we knew how to target them, and we knew how to budget, and I'll explain that at a different time. And then we combined it with lookalike audiences, plus we targeted new audiences, and we used a simple budgeting and scaling method called the double down method. My belief is that if you have a product or a brand that is targeted to a hyper-responsive market, which I can show you how to do, walk you through exactly how we do it. If you're doing well right now, we can always keep doubling down on your hyper-responsives or expand it. Then the only thing you need to do is close the gap, whether it's more traffic or to your site, or how to get visitors to buy, which is conversion, or dialing in your average order value or lifetime value. Now let me stop here for 1 second. I just want to let you know, like, this is kind of pro level tip. A lot of people think this is like a neat trick. You do it one time. Well, I'll work on a campaign for 90 days to 120 days, only focused on average order value. Because I know, I was on a call today with a company that's trying to do over $100 million. And the main focus is that we have to improve the average order value and the lifetime value. Like, that is where the money is. The conversion stuff and traffic stuff, those are all teachable skills, and we can do that. So if you're serious about becoming wealthy and having life freedom, then simply find out who's doing it and do exactly that. There's a massive difference in people who just go and consume by going from one seminar to another versus the individual who executes and lets the data tell him or her the next step to make. Does that make sense? Do you see how you can stop making it difficult and allow things to be much easier? I mean, if you focus on the highest leverage points, okay, so we look at the traffic, who's your market, how do we get them to click? But we even, nowadays, we're not even teaching people how to click directly to the website. We do something called the phishing method, where we warm up audiences that are hyper-responsive very inexpensively and run product ads at them before they even come to our site. That's one way, and then we retarget the heck out of them. But those are the leverage points, okay? And we focus on the fulcrum, then you can really make massive things happen. And again, my belief is that the fulcrum comes from people, specialized knowledge, and your ability to leapfrog in your mindset. So here's why I created my Ed O'Keefe Platinum Mastermind for health, fitness, and nutrition marketers. Whether you're selling supplements, foods, drinks, superfoods, protein shakes, ebooks, boot camps, Facebook groups, whatever it might be, Ecomm products that relate to it, there is definitely a emergence of Ecomm and supplements and nutritional products all coming into the same space. who want to grow to 7 or 8 figures. I just heard my kids try to scare my wife downstairs. Whether you're trying to do any of those things, let me just tell you one thing. Peter Thiel said it, who's co-founder of PayPal. 10 minutes with the right person can be worth lifetimes of doing it yourself. When I started out, I did hire consultants who had experience, but I still had to figure out most of this stuff on my own, guys. That's an insane way to go about it if you don't have to. The book, if you haven't read this book, it's an amazing book, The Hard Things About Hard Things by Ben Horowitz. Most venture capital investments are made when the company has 2 founders. Can you believe that? 2 founders. Why? Because they believe they stick with it longer because they have each other. Now, I've never co-founded a business. That's not in my DNA. I like my freedom. I like being independent. But that's where the group comes into play, is you have other people who will help you stick with it when you're stuck on certain things. Look at these 2 guys, Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. You see them around together all the time. Richard Branson, succeeding in business is all about making connections. The other thing is, reality is, Richard Branson puts really powerful people and smart people in charge of his businesses, okay? The other belief system is I believe that our culture has kind of lost the mastermind principle, which is it consists of an alliance of 2 or more minds working in perfect harmony for the attainment of a common, definite objective. No 2 minds ever come together without a third invisible force, which may be likened to a third mind. When a group of individual minds are coordinated and functioning in harmony, the increased energy created through that alliance becomes available to every individual in that group. That's the goal I have when I created this. Number 2, there is no other group that combines the best of health foods, supplements, Ecomm, and traffic and conversion experts in one location. Now, I'm not going to hate on any other groups, but I'll just say that there's none specialized specifically for health and for the full ecosystem of health. There's some that may only focus on Amazon, which creates a lot of danger for a lot of those companies. And so with this group, you'll have something that there is no other place that does it. Number 3, there's a huge opportunity right now in health, Ecomm. And when I say Ecomm, what I mean by that is that there's a lot of guys sending customers directly to Shopify stores, which is an e-commerce platform, or another type of platform. There's also guys that send them to full-on funnels or affiliate marketing. So this still works, and this is a huge opportunity. And I'm seeing firsthand through the power of my group, as well as what we do. Like every day, we're in the trenches, creating funnels, driving traffic, and I see how each member, by moving forward, lifts each other up. And if you are someone who has a big vision and feels like you were meant for more, then there's no better way to leapfrog along with other bright, like-minded, goal-oriented entrepreneurs in the same type of business as you are in. In 1 minute, I'll give you the details of the group, but here are a few criteria of people who I want in the group. The first one is really simple. Are you a nice person, and are you a giver? I know it's kind of silly, but I only want to surround myself with people who are nice to people. And I mean, it doesn't mean you can't be honest and you can't like be frank, but I really want to bring a filter in the group that if you want to be around nice people and givers and a collaborative group, then this group's for you. Number 2, do you already have either a growing business, assets you can deploy and leverage, or specialized skill sets? The reason I say that is because if you're not already moving and growing, then either A, this probably is not for you, or B, you just need to attend probably one of our intensives or something that will give you some momentum, because a mastermind group is not where you're going to get started from the very, very beginning. That's not what we do. We're looking for people with momentum that are already on track to do 7, already doing 7, or even 8 figures, because that's what members in the group are already doing. Number 3, if I told you to go spend $3,000 on advertising tests, what would you do? If your answer is, Ed, I don't really have $3,000 to go test, or I'd be afraid, then again, Platinum's probably not for you, because after your investment, you know, we grow businesses by utilizing assets. And if you can't spend $3,000 to build $1 million business, or with the intention of building $1 million, multi-million dollar, 8-figure business, then again, you know, it's probably not the right time for you. Number 4, are you highly motivated, take personal responsibility for your success, and a forward-thinking, positive person? Now, the reason is because I'll help you with anything. I mean, when you have, when you're kind of a mentor for a whole group, one of the things that you hear most is problems, because people come to you with their problems. But when they do that, the clients that I see succeed the most are like, here's the problem. Here's everything that's going wrong. And here's a couple of things that I'm considering. What else should I be considering, or what else can you support me with? It's such a different experience that we don't have people in the group that are coming to me going, oh, I have all these problems. Woe is me. My life's over. And it's not my fault. I mean, I've made a ton of mistakes as a business owner, but the one reality about being a business owner and about being an entrepreneur and about being out there doing things is that everything is your responsibility. So if you're not someone who doesn't take, if you are someone who takes personal responsibility and you're highly motivated and you're a positive person and you're forward thinking, then this really is up your alley, okay? Number 5 is, do you want to do something awesome? A lot of times when I run my events, like especially like the intensives or some of the, people go through any of my books or my courses, you get people who are just trying to do what everyone else is doing. It's so hard. Let me reframe that. It's so easy to make money if you're doing something awesome. So I really, 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 really want to encourage you that if you have something awesome, if you want to do something awesome, then this group is totally for you. If you're not, then stick with me, listen to the podcast, listen to the videos we put out, but keep thinking about how can I create something amazing. And this kind of goes to Steve Jobs and John Scully, is the way he recruited Scully to come work at Apple, because Scully was currently the president of PepsiCo, is, do you want to spend the rest of your life selling sugared water, or do you want to change the world? That was his pitch to John Scully about leaving Pepsi and come to Apple. And I kind of want to give you the same pitch. Is like, that's why you want to do something amazing. So if this is you, then let's dive into the details as well as the investment into Platinum. So here's Ed O'Keefe's time collapsing, Platinum coaching, and Mastermind. So here's what we do. We have 3 closed door, quote unquote, mastermind meetings per year with myself, guest experts, and fellow Inner Circle members. Each meeting is 2 days of jam-packed training, masterminding, and instruction. This is your typical people will present. There's small groups. There's breathing room. We talk. We collaborate. We work on your business. You'll be in small groups. You'll be in big groups. It'll be a combination of all those things. Some people really, really love this environment because we'll be focusing on all different types of topics: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, SEO, native traffic strategies, and so much more. The group allows multiplied shared testing and opportunities for optimization, conversion rate strategies. It removes blockages. I go through a lot of entrepreneurial thinking strategies so that you can gain clarity for growth. You'll meet guys. I mean, I think one of the biggest things you'll get from the group is joint ventures. You'll have deeper relationships because of the criteria I set on who I want in the group. You could prepare your business to sell if that's something you want to do, or you can cash flow your investment strategy. And will help with execution. You'll also get a ticket to my EOK Inner Circle Health Marketing and Lifestyle Mastery training in Nashville. This is an amazing event. So much fun. Past speakers have been Jesse Itzler, my good buddy Rick Steele. This year we have Josh Elizechi. You don't know who he is. He runs a $65 billion brand that has 3 different health brands underneath it. One of the smartest, sharpest guys you'll ever meet. And then my good buddy Ryan Lee. Ryan's been around the internet for a long, long time. Has launched successful health supplement companies, as well as he has another company called Rewind that's coming out in the health field. Now, here's what's totally cool. So 4 events alone is the same amount or more than what most masterminds give. So I made a decision, is that a couple weeks ago we did an event called Traffic Mastery in Atlanta. And I brought all traffic guys from all walks of life. And it was literally the most exciting event and most jam-packed, action-packed, what you can do today, tomorrow, and the next day to make money. From real-world pros sharing their highest-level secrets that you can apply immediately on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, native advertising, affiliates, SEO. It was just absolutely amazing. And we're going to have 3 of them. The next one is in Chicago, and we're looking at San Diego and Austin as other ones. So here's the cool thing. That's 7 total events that you can choose from. You don't have to go to all of them. They're not mandatory. But, I mean, the number one reason why I don't like masterminds, honestly, be totally straightforward, or coaching clubs, is that I have 7 kids. And if I can't make one date, that means 25% of my investment is gone. If I can't make another date, boom, there's 50% of my investment I just wasted. And so I wanted to design a program that allowed 7 different events that you can make them.
you can make 1 or 2. Like there's no reason why you can't make 4, and 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7 if you want to go to them. Okay. You get 5 one-on-one calls with myself. So I carve out time for Platinum members every single month that you can talk. And when you become a member, we set up an hour-long call right out of the gate. So you get access to me directly. You also get Voxer access. I mean, I have Voxer on my phone. I get notified when people leave Voxers. I love Voxer because I'm always in transition from one place to the next, so that you can ask me questions. Okay. If you have an emergency or you're like, Ed, I really need to talk, like, you'll have my cell phone. You can text me and I'll jump on the call with you. I mean, it's literally, as long as you don't abuse it, which no one has, it'll be great. 2 lively group monthly strategy marketing and masterminding sessions. It's a great way to stay plugged in and up to date on what is working because, things are changing really, really fast. And the second thing on that is you'll notice a lot of my members actually do the training as well. So you get to not only hear my voice, which is an amazing voice, but more importantly, I believe getting from other members is where the power really, really becomes. Also, you get licensing rights to all of my most successful marketing and advertising materials in health and in info marketing. Now, you can't rip them off verbatim, but we have over 22 sales letters, pre-sales, and things that people have written for me that I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars and has sold, over $60 million in revenue. I also have like some research guides that people did for me when doing research on ingredients or the markets that gives you tons of ideas for copywriting and different approaches to your market. Plus, you'll get access to all past events and trainings and platinum events and access to audio and video trainings. I mean, anything you want or need to improve upon, we've had people at our past events go over these topics. So it's pretty amazing. You'll get access to all this stuff. Plus, you get an ongoing access to my expanding Rolodex. Now, literally, if you want to meet someone, just ask. I mean, this is probably one of the most powerful things, is whether it's in health products, supplement, info marketing, podcasting, e-commerce, investing, whatever you need help with, just ask. And if I don't have it, I know people who have it, and I will go to battle to make sure that you're taken care of. You get access to the Platinum Facebook group. You'll also get access to the Traffic Mastery Live Facebook group. So you get real-time collaboration and virtual support from myself, as well as other members and my team of advisors, as well as other team members, okay? So a couple of questions we get is, where will all the closed-door sessions be? Usually we do, like on our masterminds, we do a couple in Chicago. One of the Traffic Mastery events we will do in Chicago. And those are all, then we use different dates for the rest of it. Are you allowed to bring key partners, a key partner to attend? The answer is yeah. You could bring one partner and a spouse, and if you want to bring more people, there's an additional fee for that. Usually like $1,000. We record the closed door sessions and events. Yes, we record everything we do, and then it gets posted. So if you miss something, you're really not missing it. Okay. So all of that totally built up is probably easily over $75,000 in my opinion of value. I mean, I would say even hundreds of thousands of dollars in value. And the investment into the group is literally just $25,000, which you can break up over 5 months, making your payments $5,000 a month for $5,000 for 5 months. And so if you have an existing business that's already running, I mean, that's like hiring an employee for a few months, and then after 5 months it stops, but you have access to everything, all the trainings, all the back trainings, all the bi-monthly trainings, as well as the wisdom of the group for the rest of the year. If you've purchased any of my products in the last 2 weeks or any of my Traffic Mastery Lives, and you are getting this now, whether you paid $2,500 or you paid, I'll show you the next slide here, $5,000, you can deduct it from this. So you'll pay just $4,500 times 5. So that's $22,500. And if you were at the last Traffic Mastery Live, because I'm going to be sending this out to some of you guys there, or you invested in the Health Intensive recently, or then you'll pay 5 installments of just $4,000. So you can deduct it, you can credit it to that investment. And if you have any questions on it, just let us know. So I'm going to skip by that. So if you take those investments, you're looking at paying $61 a day, or, you know, $40-some a day up to like $69 a day. And if this group can't help you add an additional $120,000 over the next 12 months, which is an additional revenue of $328 to $656 a day, then either something went totally wrong, or it's just a matter of not executing. Because I know for a fact we will help you with the wisdom and the guidance and all the direct things you can do. So in summary, EOK Platinum members receive over $300,000 in bonuses, training, and coaching. You get 3 closed-door mastermind meetings per year with myself and the rest of the Platinum Mastermind members. You get the annual Ed O'Keefe Inner Circle Health Marketing and Life Freedom Masterclass. You get 3 Traffic Mastery Live events where you'll learn everything about Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, native and Google Display Network, and so much more. You get 2 live monthly focus strategy and marketing sessions virtually a month. You get my monthly insider special report via the mail. You get 5 one-on-one coaching calls with myself over a period of time. But more importantly, you get Voxer access. You can call me anytime you want via Voxer. And if it's an emergency, you text me. I'll jump on the call with you. You get ongoing access to my expanding Rolodex. And you'll also get, as a special bonus, the most up-to-date health-intensive live training, which people paid $5,000 to be there, as well as the Traffic Mastery Live #1, because we're going to start numerically giving each one of these numbers in Atlanta. So you get all these bonuses, okay? You get all these bonuses, you get all this training, and you're going to get access. And then when you register, you will get a 1-hour call with myself personally to go over your overall game plan and your strategy. So as Richard Branson likes to say, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, say yes, and then learn later on how to do it later. Now, I'm not telling you to do something crazy that you can't afford or you can't make happen, but I will tell you that I promise you that 7 live trainings, so you're going to be able to make them with the highest level experts that I'm going to surround you with. And I'm not just going to get you famous guys. I mean, the last thing you probably need is more former CEOs of billion-dollar companies coming in and giving you high-level, non-actionable stuff. Like, the main focus of this group is, yes, we want to give you strategy. We want to expand your thinking, but you're going to get tactics that you can apply inside your business and systems to do that. And you're going to learn from myself. You're going to learn from others, and I'm going to learn from you. And so, so that's it. So below, you're going to see a couple links that you can go ahead and apply. And on the back side, you'll get your investment opportunities. You can pick the monthly fee, or you could pay in full, or you could get on a phone call if you still have questions after all this information. You could talk to Duke Megan, who is my main contact person, and he'll happy to answer, or Sarah, and they both will be happy to answer all your questions and make sure this is a good fit for you, and that we can support you in your goals. So that's it. If this is up your alley, I'd love to work with you. If you're not ready for it yet, totally cool with that as well. But sometimes you just got to take a leap and be a part of something great, and let the process help you on your journey for your goals. So that's it. This is Ed O'Keefe. Thanks for watching this video.